Hey guys, so today is day one. The plan for October is to do sober October and to eat as clean as possible, which cut junk food out where possible. I'm really not looking forward to it, but my long-term or short-term goal for the moment is to, I suppose, cleanse my body, cut out a lot of the shit. I want to lose a lot of body fat. I say a lot of body fat. So at the moment, I'm the heaviest I've ever been. I'm 11 stone and I have also measured myself. So at the moment, my waist is 29.5 inches, my hips 40.5, and my chest and my bust is 34. Now I don't have a real expectation as to where I want to go with that, but I think we all know how we feel in our bodies, and I know that I'm not entirely comfortable with mine. The past 2 years, I suppose, I've let myself go quite a bit. And before that, so I started pole dancing when I was 18 and I started going to gym when I was 14. I'm now 23 and I just miss having that physique back. I think, again, we all know how we feel comfortable in our own bodies. I've had a bit of flare up of acne recently as well. So I'd just be keen to sort of monitor my sugar intake because my dog passed away a couple of weeks ago, and from that I did turn to sort of like comfort eating, and I want to flip it. I want to have the mindset of focusing on me for her, maybe. She was my best friend, love of my life, and I'm really gutted I've missed her. I've lost her, sorry, but I want to use this as the motivation to not carry on as the way I was. I think at the moment I don't have much room in my life for things that are lifeless, emotionless, and things that are just not going to get me anywhere. So at the moment I'm thriving to just get myself better on my own. So I think for me, when it comes to determination and the motivation, I'm just really driven to succeed. So the topic for today is we all need to start somewhere. Now, I've just previously been travelling. I managed 2 months. I was living in my overdraft. I got to Singapore airport, so I was flying from Kathmandu. I had a changeover at Singapore and I was flying to New Zealand to see what happened. Now I was being far too frivolous and careless, and I got to Singapore, and they basically said that due to the funds that I had, I couldn't continue my journey. I just burst into tears, called my mum. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So I suppose the next clear thing was to book a flight home. Luckily, I know how blessed I am. I've got some friends that aren't in a similar situation to myself, and obviously through travelling I've met a lot of people who don't have the opportunities that I do. So I know how blessed and honoured I am to have a family that will have a room for me, and if I need financial help, obviously I don't actually like to rely on anyone else for financial endeavours, but I'm very blessed to have the situation I've currently got. So when I was away, I realised that I just had a switch. So I suppose I should backtrack. Before I went away, I just wasn't happy. I just needed to get away, and I didn't know how to do that or where to even start. I've never been good at saving money, and I've never really had pure motivation to save. Even though I'd had the flight booked, I booked a course. It was a 2-week meditation course in Kathmandu. So I had it booked, but I was just so wrapped up in the kind of drink every weekend or smoke, or, I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not going to beat myself up for it, but I have some goals, and I've got to the point now where anything that I'm doing, which is just living my life through the same routine, is not giving me the satisfaction of where I am from where I want to be. So I suppose what I'm using October and hopefully the foreseeable future, but I'm starting small. Again, we all need to start somewhere. So my overdraft has been cleared. I have been working super hard, and the debt, I give myself a couple weeks and I'll be out of it. From that point onwards, I then have my own money to start playing with, and hopefully a new attitude, and obviously not kind of party my funds away all the time. I do work in a pub and it can get very easy to drink very quickly, and as soon as I'm out the pub I just want to carry on drinking. And I've had, God bless their hearts, alcoholics in my family. They've both now not with us anymore. So when it comes to substances, I am quite careful as to how I approach them, and to remind myself that I don't need to have these substances all the time. So if I slip up, which I really hope I won't, but I'm not going to be mad at myself, because it will be one day out of 31. But obviously the idea is to go the 31 days. So I've got a few goals, like I said. One of the things I'm going to do with the money that will be mine after is to change my room around slightly. So where I'm sitting now, I'm going to put my bed, and over the other side of my room I'm going to have a desk. I've been thinking about a desk for a good few years now, and I don't know why I've never acted upon it, but I think the desk would be good for me to have like an area where I can generally sit and focus. I've worked in offices over the past few years, so I feel like for myself I would work or focus a bit better and do some personal admin, and hopefully these vlogs will go well, and so I can look at a progression that way. But again, I've got to backtrack, because although it's good to have goals, at the moment I have been focusing so much on my future goals that I've sort of lost sight as to where I am now. And again, we're only human, and that's why I love my journey, because sometimes I have been a bit too hard on myself. I will talk a bit more about my experiences, obviously, over the course of these videos, but to sum myself up, I lived quite a depressive teenage years. I just wasn't happy, and I didn't really have much direction, and there are people who love me, but it was just one of those things. So a couple years ago, I started to realise that I just didn't want to wake up upset anymore, and slowly but surely, I'm now just sort of this positive optimist that just annoys people incessantly, and I'm not going to stop, because if I can annoy people with positivity and get something out of it, then sorry, I'm not going to stop there. I've also been really nervous about doing the video blog, because of the fact that there are going to be people I know watching. Well, I would hope so. Now, I've always been a bit scared of exposing myself to people who live in this town, just because I grew up with them and I didn't really like who I was when I was growing up. So who I was and who I am now, although the premise of where I'm at, I suppose, is still the same, I've come such a long way that I suppose it might be quite nice to give people a glimpse as to where I'm at. I don't know. At the moment, I'm just so nervous with these videos. Just talking a whole load of gibberish. So I did actually join the gym 2 days ago. And like I said, I've been going to the gym from when I was 14. So do have some experience. So it was nice to be back in the gym. So I'm going to go again today. And yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm feeling pretty focused. Didn't get a great amount of sleep last night because I woke up a bit too early. So other than feeling a bit tired and a bit lagged, day one of the diet's going well so far. So I started eating at 9 o'clock. the aim for today is to do a 16-8 diet. So I had a protein shake to start with. I then had some fruit throughout the day. I had a pasta salad for lunch, and I'm about to have a curry. And then I'm not going to eat until 9 o'clock tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the 16-8 diet up, but I know that intermittent fasting is a good way to lose some body fat, as long as obviously we keep hydrated and keep the fitness within that 16-hour window. So yeah, I think that's sort of it for today. I did write down some points because I've done a couple trial videos the past few days which I've just had to get rid of because I'm just talking pure nonsense. So yeah, if anyone can give me some advice maybe about clean eating or distracting ourselves from our urges, such as wanting to drink, wanting to snack and stuff like that, I mean, anything that people can help me with would be great. Again, I don't know where I'm going to take these videos. I think I'm going to try and start doing a bit of editing, maybe show you guys some of the workouts that I'll be doing over time and including some of the food. But for now, you've just got me chatting to you. So again, we all need to start somewhere. There is no point in being stressed out, because I feel like the more stressed out we get, over time it just does nothing for us, and we ended up just getting stressed out over nothing. So if you can backtrack, start small, and again, Rome wasn't conquered in a day. You've just got to do the best you can with the little you have. So yeah, hopefully, look, 2 people might watch this, 100 people might watch this. It could go better or worse. I've got no expectations for this video. It's just going to be me talking very honestly about my journey, and hopefully people can get something out of it. But if it doesn't, then c'est la vie. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow. Take care.